Hello. Since I have no idea what to make anymore, let's make a Battlegrounds tier list. If your favorite Battlegrounds did not make it onto the list, please let me know in the comments section down below. While you're there, smash like and subscribe for more random content like this. Let's get started. The strongest battleground, despite how it has basically started the Battlegrounds genre and insipid other Battlegrounds games, this game is a solid C tier. Allow me to explain. The game is okay at best. The hitboxes are smaller than an atom at times and the community is god awful. In modern times, you'll just get targeted by Gerau mains who think they're hot shit, but are actually not good at the game at all, just using the same combo they saw from a TikTok or something, then proceed to be the most miserable people on earth. Simply enjoying TSB is illegal in TSB. You 99% of the time will never be able to actually enjoy playing TSB. Not to mention, when you play TSB, you better play with a group of friends, because you will be jumped and teamed on for one reason or another. Also, it seems this game follows a queen bee status, where if you attack either the top players, or simply hit a girl, you're fucked. For these reasons, and more, this game is C tier. Legends Battlegrounds is honestly one of the better Battlegrounds games out there, and I would recommend this game to people. For this reason, I initially gave it an A tier. Even though this game only has 2 characters, both characters are nice and fun to play as and learn. The community in this game is okay at best. Definitely better than the strongest hitboxes, I mean the strongest Battlegrounds. If you buy early access for Legends Battlegrounds as of now, you gain access to Jun from Combat Gods as a playable character, and he's fun as hell to play. The hitboxes in this game also are kinda weird at times, but definitely better than TSB at times. There is no ranked or other servers that I've noticed, so you're essentially beating the shit out of people with either martial artist or Jun, but it's fun as hell. For this reason, it's an A tier. Next game is Sorcerer's Battlegrounds, and yeah, this game is fucking dogshit. The reason I rank this game so low is because of mainly one thing. If you've played a fighting game in general, you would know that hit stun happens when you hit someone or someone hits you, and the stun is a duration of how long it takes to act after having been hit. In a Battlegrounds setting, you would need the right amount of hit stun to do things such as follow-ups, catching an opponent from running or others, and being able to down slam successfully. This game's hit stun lasts as long as the average relationship in high school. This shit is so short that the shortest person in the world is taller than the hit stun to this game. Don't get me wrong, this game is kind of fun to play, but there are so many better alternatives than this. I would literally play Jujutsu shenanigans over this game any day. For this reason, I would put this game at the very bottom. I believe this game needs more work and polish for it to be a better game, but who knows, that may or may not ever happen. The next game is Realm Rampage. This game died after its popularity, but it's still relatively played by people. I even play this game from time to time, and it's not a bad game. However, this game is going to C tier. While this game is fun, relatively polished, and has a variety of characters to choose from, such as Goku, Sunjawu, Sukuna, Dio, etc., this game is drier than the Sahara Desert. Even TSB has updated before this one, and we all know how TSB is with updates and blocks fruits. The thing holding this game back from tiers B and up is due to that fact mainly. The community to this game is okay, typically 50/50. The game does allow for movement tech like wall bounces and ledge grabs, making the game feel faster. But the game is dry, and that sadly puts it in the mid-tier C. Ninja Battlegrounds is a decently fun Naruto Battlegrounds game. It may not look your typical Battlegrounds game, but you should try this one. It's more fun than it looks. This is why it's a B tier. The game features Naruto characters, obviously, but each of the movesets for the characters are rather unique and nice to see and use. For example, Naruto literally has a move that turns him into a girl and stuns the person in front of him, followed by an attack. This game's creative. Alongside the fact that you can find a treasure chest in the middle of the map from time to time. If you open it, you get money. I'm sure you use the money to buy emotes or something. Overall, the game's fun and not too bad to play. For this reason, I give it a B tier. Shinigami Battlegrounds, even though this game died after its testing phase, is one of the greatest Battlegrounds games I've ever played. I wish I could give this game an S, but it's going to A for one dumb reason. This game's community is rather toxic. This was not the case when I played during the game's testing phase, and I must add that I had so much more fun during this game's testing phase than what it is now, but this game is still fun as hell regardless. Unfortunately, with what players this game has left, these players are sadly toxic and will get in your way of the game. Other than this reason, I suggest you try this one out. Solid A tier Battlegrounds game. Chakra Battlegrounds, another Naruto Battlegrounds game. However, this is one of the best Battlegrounds games out there, and I highly recommend you try this one out. This is going to be the first S tier I put in this video. This game looks, feels, and plays so nicely. Everything about this game truly screams Naruto, and the combat feels so nice. Some people may unfortunately get in your way, but aside from that, it's generally a nice game to play when you're alone, or with some friends. Just playing as Naruto alone is so much fun, and the mechanics to this game are rather unique. For example, if you press the side dash or backwards dash button twice, you will throw shurikens or kunes, and they will target the nearest player. This is used both as a get off me to learn to get in there tool. This game is a solid S tier for sure. Pirate Battlegrounds, a One Piece themed Battlegrounds game that I only played once. Because of that, I initially gave it a D tier, but hear me out till the end. This game is really fun. It may seem basic on the surface, but it's genuinely a nice experience. There is a bit of uniqueness in this game, as you can do two versions of an evasive. The normal one that requires you to dash after Eagle, and in this game, you can press C to do a burst that pushes the opponent away. Even Luffy's ult lets you choose between Gear 2 or Gear 3, with movesets changing depending on which one you chose. After playing it again, I realized that giving this game a D tier was rather harsh, so I moved it up to B tier. Heroes Battlegrounds. You already know which tier this game's going in, so I don't have to say it, but I'll say it anyways. Heroes Battlegrounds should honestly have a tier of its own, but this game deserves S tier. The quality of this game exceeds and excels. The combat in this game is so nice, flashy, and fast, but in most cases, the developers somehow made the combat fair. Allow me to explain. In some Battlegrounds games, you may get duped by some dumbest glitch or laggy option or something. In Heroes, the game makes sure, if you hit your opponent, it's usually because you actually hit your opponent. The hitstun in this game as well is beautiful. If you hit someone, you're actually able to catch them, or do a follow-up. And evasives are safe to use, unlike a certain Battlegrounds game I'll mention at the very end. The game is super nice, super polished, super fun, and best of all, the community in this game is actually nice. Most of the time, you will find nice people or non-toxic people in your lobbies. If someone is toxic, however, other people will literally beat the fuck out of them for you. It's refreshing to know there's at least one Battlegrounds game where people are decent. One of the best Battlegrounds games to date. Jujutsu Shenanigans. I hear a lot of positive and negative reviews about this one particular game. In my personal opinion, and this may piss a few people off, but if I were to give JJS a rank between S and F, I will give this game a solid D tier. Don't get me wrong, this game is okay to play, but it was a game I could just never get into. I don't really have a good explanation as to why, but whenever I play JJS, it's something I don't typically enjoy. Not only are the people in there kind of toxic, but to me, the gameplay overall is just okay. Like I said before, I'd much rather play JJS than Sorcerer's Battlegrounds, but again, I would prefer playing another Battlegrounds game than JJS. Sorry if I pissed someone off. Maybe one day I'll genuinely give JJS some more time and thought, and maybe I'll like the gameplay more than I do now, but until then, I'm giving this game a D tier. Sorry everyone. Kagurabachi Battleground. Am I be real with all of y'all? IDK, what the fuck Kagurabachi is? I learned about its existence from this Roblox game. And this is a good as hell Roblox game. An A tier game, at that. This game, even though I know nothing about anything from Kagurabachi, the gameplay feels nice and kind of smooth. There's a feature in the game that literally allows you to run on walls, as if it were the ground, so essentially, you're Spider-Man. It is overall a nice and smooth Battlegrounds game. I need you all to hear me the fuck out on this one. This Battlegrounds game is a game that has more dislikes than likes, and the gameplay is rather janky as fuck, and features characters like Gojo, Goku, Use 2B Jun, Minus Prime, and of course, KJ. But I think, if anything, this game deserves more love than dislikes. Enter Battleground Mania. Battleground Mania is in the title. It's essentially a game mixing characters from different series that are also popular. Jun used to be a playable character, but the devs said fuck no and removed him from the game. Anyway, this game, as I said, is rather janky. You will almost never be able to punish whiffs or missed attacks, as 90% of the time you are able to act right after missing a forward dash or special move. The hitboxes kind of have the opposite problem of TSB at times. They are either too big or simply just misplaced. I can't tell you how many times someone has hit me with a forward dash and they weren't even fucking close to me, or times when I dashed out of the way of a forward dash or other attack only for the dash momentum to be carried whilst in hit stun. Sure, this game needs major work, but that's okay, as this game's always being worked on and improving over time. I do think that eventually, this game will reach a state where it is much better than what it is now. For that reason, I give this game a B tier. It may not be the best, but it's still fun to play, especially with friends.
なぜならばこれで終わりだからだ。 KJ21 の方、厳重なる作品。時々あの日を経験していなかったが、
Ultimate Battlegrounds is one of the best Battlegrounds games out there, though I highly do not recommend playing this by yourself. You see, I give this game an S tier, because it's visually stunning, it's super smooth to play, and it feels so fast and epic. But, this game has a contender for the most toxic community of all times in a Battlegrounds game, maybe even topping the strongest Battlegrounds. I kid you the fuck not, every 9 out of 10 lobbies I join will have toxic people in there, and they usually are toxic to everyone except their friends. I kid you not, almost every fucking lobby I join, regardless of if it's normal lobbies or ranked, these guys are some of the weirdest, most toxic people I've seen on Roblox. This is Roblox by the way, just to let you all know. It's so unnecessary on what some of these people will do to you, just because you did a wall combo, or because you killed them, or vice versa. Some people specifically in Ultimate Battlegrounds are miserable ass people, and will get in your way. Other than this ridiculous thing, Ultimate Battlegrounds is beyond fun, and I would recommend you try this game in a private server first. Remember what I say when I tell you that the toxic meter for this game is no fucking joke. In this video, I literally get double ulted all, because I used a wall combo. If you Battlegrounds players get pressed over other players using in-game tech, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's like getting mad at a Call of Duty player for using a gun, or a Smash Brothers player for using final smashes. It's beyond ridiculous. A normal person playing the game will get treated like I did simply because I played the game. Here's a tip for you Battlegrounds players out there. If you don't like what people are doing to you, whether it be a combo, a wall combo, or using ult, etc., just don't play it. Don't be a dick because someone's playing the game and whooping your ass, or vice versa. Sportsmanship was thrown out the fucking window nowadays, and it shows. Be better. Key Battlegrounds, a Dragon Ball Battlegrounds game. The game is nice and fun to play, even with its limited character roster. There are settings in the game to change the look of the game. I made my game always nighttime and always raining. So at times, when the map shifts to the moon, it will literally be raining on the moon. It's awesome as hell. The combat isn't too much different from other games, but regardless, this is an okay game. That is why I put this in C tier. Z Battlegrounds, another Dragon Ball Battlegrounds game. Same as Key, this is an okay Battlegrounds game, and I do enjoy playing it. It is slightly more jank than Key, and definitely gives off older Dragon Ball vibes at times, but it is still fun regardless. I should let you know that unlike Key Battlegrounds, unless I've been misinformed, Z Battlegrounds allows you to fuse, and this game has way more characters than Key Battlegrounds. Even with all this said, I still give Z Battlegrounds a C tier. We finally move on to the last Battlegrounds game on my tier list. This is a Battlegrounds game I briefly mentioned earlier about how it wasn't safe to use evasives in this game. Here is the game in question, Fiction Battleground. Now, I'm gonna say out front that I'm giving this game an A tier. Now let me explain why and my thoughts on this game. Fiction Battlegrounds was once a hyped Battlegrounds game for Roblox, and when it finally did come out, it was so much fucking fun. They only had Ocaran from Dan Dan as a playable character, before adding a JoJo's character who I think has a stand simply called the Hand. Ocaran's moveset in the older version of Fiction Battlegrounds was everything you'd need. 3 or 4 of Ocaran's moves led into combos. It was so much fun to play as him. You could literally do a 0-2 death with Ocaran. It was awesome as fuck. Then their big overhaul update dropped, changing the map, and also changing both characters' movesets. Ocaran and the Hand still have the same moveset, but they literally replaced one of the Hand's moves in favor of another, and with Ocaran, they removed a lot of the source from his moveset. They made adjustments to his 4th move, Tackle Blitz. They removed the second part of his 3rd move, Earthbound Strike, and they increased the duration of his 2nd move, Axe Kick, and made it so the hitstun would last more than long enough to follow up with a down slam or something. His 1st move, Switch Kick, pretty much remained exactly the same outside of giving it a finisher. With all this being said, it's for certain that what Fiction Battlegrounds was way better than what it is now, but both versions of the game are still fun. Janky as hell, but still fun. Of course, this game has a lot of complainers and hacker callouts, or just people who call you a hacker when you aren't hacking. But still, this game is fun. I would recommend you try it. Also, this game's gonna get an update eventually, so look out for that.